Good evening, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to tonight's Power Couple live stream. I'm Joseph, one half of the Power Couple, and I am going to be your conductor for tonight's fun train. We are going to keep the Final Fantasy XIV running for now. We're going to see whether or not Steph will join us, hopefully sometime around 8 p.m. if she's available. We'll see if we can pass the baton over to her for some Sims 4 action, but you're going to get a start with me as we continue a push with my Paladin as we try to get to 60 and to unlock the Gunbreaker class, which I am extremely excited for, being a lover of Final Fantasy VIII. Don't hate me for it. I know people have very strong opinions on that, but I know that I am very excited towards getting to that goal. Have a couple of great announcements for you guys this evening. We're going to be introducing a new addition to our stream lineup, and I'm going to go over what my set schedule is going to be moving forward. So this way you guys know at least what I'm going to be streaming, when I'm going to stream it, so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Stephanie right now is Sims 4 all the way. Really hope you guys are enjoying the Black Widow challenge. I know I am. It's an absolute pleasure for her to get all of those sick desires out in the game and not take it out on me. So always really wanting her to keep doing that. And please, Stephanie, I love you. Don't kill me. Okay. So with that out of the way, guys, again, super excited for this stream. I think at 7 p.m. I'm going to make that announcement for you guys. Hopefully we can get this done before Stephanie actually gets here, because it's going to be a surprise for her too. So with that out of the way, everybody, let's get down to business. Alright guys, as you know, it is time for my favorite part of every stream that I start up with. It's time to wait in the queue. Unfortunately, as you guys know, every time you log on to Final Fantasy XIV, it seems to be that there's always a massive line for us to wait in. And this is always my time to kind of talk with you guys. Ashy, thank you so much for coming and joining us again. Always super glad to have you. Really, I know I said it in the chat, but we definitely take any form of constructive criticism that you guys have, any input that you have, things that you want to see, anything that we can do to improve the stream, we're happy to do it. So we had Ashley last time watching Stephanie, and he noted that the way, or at least the amount of which you guys were obtaining the power tokens, the Streamlabs currency, I guess, that you guys get from watching the stream, was a little bit on the low side, so I went out of my way to make sure that we bumped that up. I think it is the max that I could put it to, which was, I think it's 10 tokens for every either minute or 5 minutes. I forget. I can give you an exact number once I go and confirm it later, but I definitely bumped it up from where it was beforehand. Hopefully that's good. I also made some new commands as well for you guys to take part in. So really, if you want to do the upstream, some of the commands that you guys may be used to on other streams, feel free to do so. So if, for example, hey, Captain Nugget, thank you very much for tuning in again. Super happy to have you as well. But please, go ahead and try those commands that we have. They're the very common ones that you'll get anywhere else. So upstream, I know Ashley was trying to do last time. Please, go ahead and do that. Let me know if it works. If it doesn't, I promise I'll get it going for you. So again, thank you, Captain Nugget. Thank you, Ashy. Hopefully Grez will join us at one point. I know Grez really enjoys to tune into this as well. But the reason why I want to make sure I take a moment to thank you guys in particular is because even though Steph and I may be the on-screen entertainment, you guys are the stars of the stream. I love to make sure I go out of my way to thank you for tuning in and to try and interact with you guys as much as I can. So where we left off on Final Fantasy XIV is, well, been a while, so I'm not really sure. But we've got Slavborn in front of us, and we know that that's where our next main story quest is going to be. So we've got Brave New Companions, which is starting to trigger a little bit of my memory. I remember that we had on our last stream, poor Roger Moore having to go to the 3 different main cities to try and speak to some of our previous friends that we met over the course of the main story for the 7th Umbral era. And we met with some of those old friends, and we convinced them to come and join the our group that we have. I believe the oh Lord, I had it in my mind, and it's completely gone out of my head now. I promise I'll remember as we go about our way. But we're going to be apparently having some form of brave new companions that we're going to ramp them up. So we've got Slathborn having news on the progress of the inaugural ceremony for all of these friends that we brought in. For the Scions, the 7 Scions of the Dawn. There we go. That's what I was thinking of. The 7 Scions of the Dawn. That's the group of merry people that are here to save the day. So for those who are new tuning in, again, thank you so much for doing so. What I like to do when I play Final Fantasy XIV, obviously, is to try to keep you entertained while we're doing the main story. But just as a reminder, I like to make sure that everyone who is watching has an opportunity to be able to read what is on the screen. If you're here to enjoy the story without having to buy the game and pay for a subscription, and you want to enjoy it as I'm playing through it for the first time in a long time, I want to make sure you get to enjoy it. So I try to be quiet, I try to shut up when I have a cutscene with voices, and I try to make sure that I'm giving you guys enough time to be able to read so you can experience the story with me. We're gonna go speak to Tataru. Let's see what she's got for us. Alright guys, so Tataru, the accountant hero who doesn't wear a cape, she is asking us to hand out our uniforms to our brand new recruits that we have. So now we get to go around and see all of our new recruits that we have for the 7 Scions of the Dawn. I probably should not have gone in that direction, but that's okay. So while we're really starting to ramp this up and get the stream going for you guys, as always, I like to make sure that I take some time to talk about some of the upcoming things or, you know, news, just to really keep things flowing, because I know you guys, it's probably boring just watching my ugly mug play Final Fantasy XIV, so I try to at least talk about things that are going on within the gaming world and the tech world. I know one thing that was of extreme importance for Twitch was, I know that Ninja decided to go and stream full-time over with Mixer. That was a shocker. I was very surprised to see him go over full-time to Mixer, but you can't really blame the guy. He found an opportunity to continue his stream in a new audience, in a new reborn manner, and he's making a hell of a lot more money over on Mixer, because there is no way that he would have left his comfiness that he has making, you know, I think if you look up Disguised Toast video on YouTube regarding how much streamers are making, he makes a ridiculous amount of money every month on Twitch. So for him to walk away from potentially, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars per month in stream revenue, and that's not even including some of his deals that he has with sponsors, that for him to kind of walk away from the stream money to Mixer, they must have been giving him a lot of money. So, I mean, good for him, guys. Good for him. He went out, and I believe, if I remember correctly, they had it where they were saying that he was averaging about 40,000 viewers on average over at Twitch. Well, his first stream over on Mixer, he netted an average of 65,000 viewers, at one point in time topping up at just under 96,000 viewers, which is absolutely crazy. One day, guys. We'll get there one day. thought I saw another one around here. Alright, here we are. I can't even begin to, again, every time I stream with you guys, I always tell you, I have no idea how to pronounce half the names that are here. I'm gonna just go Aergmahus. Aergmahus. We're gonna give you your uniform next. No, I'm not even gonna try and butcher that any more than I already have. Who else do we got? So we've got Captain Nugget saying, hi, recommendation for a game to play. It is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. They just released a new character in the Fighter Pass who is both overpowered and has 3 other appearances. They are from the Dragon Quest games and go by the name Hero. Well, thank you very much for letting us know about that, Captain Nugget. We'll definitely see, well, I mean, obviously, first and foremost, I think that's a Switch exclusive, if I know. I know I have a Wii U, but I think that's a Switch exclusive, so that would require me to get a Switch first before I'd be able to do that. Alright, Captain Nugget, I'm going to ask you a question. Since you brought up that game, who are some of your favorite characters to main on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? And if you see me looking this way, guys, I'm looking over at the the chat when I'm doing this. When I'm looking over here, I'm looking at the game. When I'm here, I'm looking at the chat. Captain Nugget, I wish I could use yours. Unfortunately, you know, maybe we can set something up in the future. Maybe we'll be able to get that lined up. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Welcome, guys, to another episode of Joe Doesn't Know What the Heck He's Doing, and he's not making any progress. Alright, number 4. Here's your uniform, good sir. Alright, I have the high ground now, guys, so maybe I can spot a couple of other people that we need to. Alright, we got one over there across the street. We'll go to them next, but I'll just very quickly take a look. I think I already looked over here, but just to be safe. And eventually, I promise, we'll make our way towards some action rather than all of this chatting that you guys have had to put up with. Last episode, this episode, it has been nothing but chatting with people. So exciting. If I think it's a little bit of a snore and a snooze fest, then I can only imagine how you guys must feel. But unfortunately, it needs to be done if I'm ever going to get all of the classes and jobs that are in the game. Alright, 2 more. Where are you? I'm gonna start looking at random doors and see if they open. Alright, Captain Nugget, Hero, Cloud, Quarren, and King Dedede. Alright, he's gonna be right back so we can look at the Smash roster. But thank you for telling us what you're looking to, or who you main on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. If we're able to ever get it, we'll definitely, you know, put that on the menu. I know I played a fair amount of Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Roy's my boy. Roy's my boy all the way. give me Roy, and I'll be able to hold my own. So now we've got Laurentius, our former foe turned friend. We got one more we're looking for now. One more. Here we are. I found you. And here we go. Great. So now we can go back and speak with Alphanod over in the Rising Stones. Keep this story rolling. So in other news and things that I wanted to get off my brain was, I'm not a big TV guy. I'm really not. I think most of the time, and I'm sure Stephanie can verify this, I'm really not watching too much other than sports and maybe news, just to keep abreast with what's going on in the world. But I'll tell you what, Disney coming out and saying that they're going to release a Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus bundle for $12.99 a month, that caught my attention. So I don't have Netflix, I don't have Hulu, I don't have any of that. I'm completely disconnected from the world from that aspect. So I think that that might be a deal good enough possibly for me to jump on board, because I do watch sports a lot. I know that I'm a big fan of my New England teams, and I'm also a fan of watching some MMA matches. So ESPN's got the UFC on lock. You can basically watch everything that they got on ESPN Plus. So I think even for me, that might be an enticing enough situation. I think we have some voices here.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made.
Get pumped, fam.
With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea.
I kind of missed the memo. They're wearing blue, but purple. Close enough.
From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one.
I want to bring back the
whether it be the Beastmen and their primals,
the last
or the
episode.
conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed.
Like I said, last episode we had to go around, and at one point we had to do a emoji or whatever action to one of the characters in here, and the is so I think while everyone's doing the hurrah, you get Roger Moore in the background going I could take it or leave it.
Come!
Oh no! I skipped it. For the freedom of all. Boo-hoo. I messed up. And they even got their own cool salute as well too. Yes!
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Ooh. Crystal Brave Commander.
Please, Antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready.
Alright, we're gonna speak with Minfilia.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions.
My
Yes,
ever so
I'm
favorite.
listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder. Have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans? Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelind's silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
So it's been a long time, guys, but I remember when I played this game when it first came out, and Louisoix was actually was still alive, I believe, at the time that the game was released, and then when they did the revamp and they re-released it to the Realm Reborn, I think they had this like switch, at least in the story, to where he was no longer alive. Let's see what we got. It's time for our reward for completing Brave New Companions. We've got our 2 elegant silver pieces. We've got an even star hat for what appears to be our casters. We've got, or at least our damage dealers, and a Daystar circlet for our healers, and we've got a Auroral Koi for some of our DPSs, physical DPSs. So let's go and get the Daystar circlet, because if I remember correctly, I'm trying to fill out a healer class as well with my tank. So I'm happy to be back, guys. It's we had to take a couple of days off, and it was for a very good reason. I know I told you guys about it before we went, but we made our way down over to Virginia for several days so we could take part in a competition that Stephanie was in, a skating competition. I know I'd already mentioned it before in the last episode, but she does figure skating, and it was my pleasure to be there with her and to support her and her skating team while they were down there. The group did a great job, and Stephanie also did a great job. Super proud of her and all of the hard work that she put into her programs and her skating that she did. So it was for very good reason that we were not with you guys on Friday and on Sunday. But like I said, she went out there and she did a great job, and we were super happy to be a part of that. I will admit, though, there was not enough beer for me over the course of that competition, because I was surrounded for the entire competition day from basically 5 to 14-year-old girls who were screaming, crying, yelling, all of the above, sometimes doing all of that at the same time in between their skates, and I needed some form of booze to help get through that one. It was a rough one, but it was worth it every time I got to see Stephanie on the ice to take part in her programs. So, Trader in the midst. Apparently, we just formed the group, and we've already got someone who's trying to ruin and blow up our spot. So Minfilia would have us assist Alphanod in his new station as commander of the Crystal Braves. Alright, so we are going to go speak to our friend Alphanod and see if there's anything that we can help with the management of our Crystal Braves group. Let's see what you got for us, homeboy. Oh, I forgot. In other really cool news that I thought was really good is, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of Google coming out with their, I guess their attempt at joining the gaming market with Google Stadia, but they had an announcement recently regarding Google Stadia that they're going to have a press conference over at Gamescom 2019. That's going to be a big one. I have the opinion that eventually, one point or another, Nintendo, Xbox, or excuse me, Microsoft and Sony are all going to have to eventually scrap consoles altogether. There's going to be no more Xbox 720 XS. There's going to be no more PlayStation 17. Eventually, one point or another, they're all going to have to get on level with what Google's going to do, which is the Google Stadia. So all you do is just get the controller, you buy into it, maybe perhaps you get a subscription service that goes along with it. I know they have their Founders edition that they have allowing you to pre-order on, and if I remember correctly, I think that's $129 for you. You get 3 months worth of subscription on Stadia, and you also get a controller to go with it, as well as a silly little badge that just says that you're one of the founding members for it. But everything is going to go digital, and I think it's going to happen easily within the next 10 years. I think you're going to have, like I said, Stadia kind of setting the table for what's going to be expected by gaming consoles, or lack thereof, or gaming companies, as to what will be expected. Everything will be online through a cloud. It'll allow a lot more people to jump on board. Because let's be honest, guys, if you don't have the newest system, you're not going to be able to play some of the hottest games. And if you're a computer gamer like myself most of the time, then if you don't have an up-to-date system, you're not going to be able to run some of the better games as they come out. So you end up having that gap being filled by a system, or at least a network and service like Stadia. You don't have to have the newest, hottest graphics card. You don't need to have 16 gigabytes worth of RAM in your rig. You don't need all these things. You can just jump on board. It really just boils to the TV that you have.
Hail
That's
to you,
all you need.
Scion. How might we serve you? Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own. That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence. Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the Grand Companies. Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ. We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy. He was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the Ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root. Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The Ivy must be rooted out now. We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly.
Oh, Ilberd.
Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purpose by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-man army like you.
You're flattering me too much, Ilberd. And I trust Rauban, so that means I don't trust you. I don't know who you are. I don't know her. Alright, so we are going to speak with Rauban over at the Hall of Flames. You guys know me. I do not like to travel by foot, by Magitech armor, by Behemoth. I do not like to do that. I am a teleport guy through and through. So let's make our way over to the Hall of Flames and speak with Rauban. Just spending that gil so I don't have to waste time. So Stadia, I know I just got done talking about Google Stadia, was not the only gaming news that I know that I was interested in talking about. So there were two other stories that popped up, and once this is done, I'll be able to bring it up with you guys.
What brings you here, my friend?
He is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears. But look at you! The honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye. We've both come far, have we not? Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanalan than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it.
Cool little fact about Roban there, basically pulling a gladiator, becoming Russell Crowe, killing it over in the blood sands, and becoming
Then,
the hand
with your
to the
mountain of
queen.
prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Bah, spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to him, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Wilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway. I have tidings.
Ill tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all. So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil. But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the Monetarists have been in league with the Empire from the first? Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days and drink to the future of our homeland.
Welcome back, Captain Nugget. I hope dinner was good. Thank you for coming back to us, and of course, thank you everybody else who's currently watching.
Flame
It's
General.
my pleasure to have you here.
You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, It would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
Alright guys, so, like I said, I like to make sure I take the time to allow you to be able to see and read and hear everything, so you'll have to excuse my silence during those times. I want to make sure that everyone's able to enjoy it equally. So let's get that new piece of equipment on. We are good to go. And in other gaming news, I know I talked about Ninja making his way over to Mixer. I know I talked about Google Stadia and how important I think that is to the future of gaming, but two other items that I think were really cool that came in was, number one, you have Bumble, the dating application, apparently teaming up with an all-women's Fortnite team. I thought that that was absolutely awesome. I think one of the major reasons why it's very important that that happens is, look, jokes aside, you can make a joke that it's a dating app. You can make the joke that, that they kind of have no business being in here. But the reality is that when you look at Fortnite World Cup, I believe, had about, I think it was about 180 players who participated in the Fortnite World Cup, and not a single participant was a woman. So I think that, Bumble taking a great spot to say we're going to try and bridge that gap by bringing awareness to female gamers, because guess what? They can play just as good as you and I. I know Stephanie can kick my butt in some video games, and there's no reason that they can't be absent bridging that gap where they can't be with us on that stage. So if we're able to bring awareness and let girls know that it's okay to be gamers, that they can enjoy it just like everybody else, that hopefully we're able to get a ninja who is female, that we're able to get the 16-year-old champion that we had from the Fortnite World Cup, that we can have competitive ladies in esports and gaming. I know that I absolutely welcome our new female overlords as they make their way onto the gaming platform. Definitely looking forward to it, guys. So Captain Nugget says he has a few more characters to add who are their main characters to play. So, alright, you said that you play Hero, you play Cloud, you play Corrin, and you play King Dedede. Who are some of the other characters that you like to play when you are smashing it up? We're going to make our way back to the Rising Stones to speak with Alphanaut again. I think the other piece of gaming news that I was excited to joke about, because I'm not really pumped about it, but have you guys heard of this game that's being developed over in China called Genshin Impact? Okay, so there's a game that's being put together by a Chinese developer. It's called Genshin Impact, and it looks like an exact ripoff of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So I know that that is my favorite game for the Wii U. I played the heck out of that game. I put so much time into it. I think it was in between my first and second year of law school that I ended up getting the Wii U, and then I ended up getting Zelda Breath of the Wild. And that game has a spot in my heart. I am super excited for the sequel that's going to be coming out. That alone might be reason enough for me to go out and get a Nintendo Switch, just because I love the game so much. It was so beautiful. But this Genshin Impact that's coming out is an exact ripoff. It's like they took the world, the shading, the art style, everything, and they just added or changed a little bit here and there, and then they added anime characters or anime style characters that you would see in like a like a anime that you could watch right now, and I think it's absolutely crazy. And Captain Nugget says that they have Breath of the Wild for the Switch. I love the game, it's awesome, but essentially this developer is taking Breath of the Wild and throwing in a bunch of female anime characters. Essentially, in my eyes, I look at that and it's becoming Zelda Breath of the Waifus. So I think it's Zelda Breath of the Waifus is what I'm going to call Genshin Impact. And I'm not exactly looking forward to it. I think the controversy has actually done more good for the game than bad. But when you've got a gaming company coming in and taking a game and changing the base of it and adding to it, you can't really hate on them for doing it, but there's got to be some kind of intellectual conundrum that is there. And I just think that it'll be interesting to see what kind of pushback they get because of the way they're going about developing the game, and whether or not if any legal action will be taken by Nintendo because of how close and similar it is. Alright, so Captain Nugget also said that they also like to play Little Mac, Ike, Mr. Game & Watch, and I'm not sure who that other one is. It's Shulk? Is that from what series is that from, Captain Nugget? Is that Xenogears? Alright, so the Garleans have taken one of our own. They have attacked us, and we now have to get a rescue party out there and get our friend back. Ilberd saying we don't have the time. Tisk tisk, Ilberd. I have a feeling that Ilberd is trying to send us to our death. I have a pretty good judge of character, so I think I have him pegged down right. If he turns out to be good, I'll apologize. But until then, I don't trust him. Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles. Okay, I thought that was correct. I haven't had a chance to play Xenoblade Chronicles, so that might be on the list of games I might want to throw on my menu for my personal playlist. User of the Monado, the sword allows certain people to see into the future. Cool. If I remember correctly, the character on Smash allows you to. Do you get to like rewind? So if you were to I don't know, you'll know it better than I, but can you, if you get attacked by one of the characters and you are playing Shulk, can you, like, in a sense, negate the damage by doing that feature? You'll have to let me know. Alright, so now we're going to speak with Alianne over in the Tangle. I'm getting text messages. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, Stephanie's bringing food. Thanks, babe. Alright, thanks, my love. Not live, love. Good. Alright, there we go. Down B is counter. I'm telling you, Captain Nugget, if I ever get a hold of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, we'll have to go and battle each other for sure. Alright, let's see. We gotta make our way over here. So, we've got Genshin Impact, also known as Zelda Breath of the Waifus. I talked about the Bumble dating app and how they have signed on with a all-ladies Fortnite team that I am happy about because it starts bridging the gap of a very male-dominated esports that, I mean, guys, if you ever watch esports, a majority of the competitors are male, and we got to start bridging that gap, and it really just falls to accessibility and making it something to where everyone, regardless of gender, regardless of background, that we make it accessible and fun. And if it's accessible and fun for everybody, kind of as they say, if you build it, they will come. So if we're able to build the good community, then people from all around will be able to enjoy in the esports, and we'll get even better competitors than what we currently have at the moment. And trust me, they're great now, so can't wait for the future. All right. So I'm sure you might have noticed in the chat, I was able to get some new features in. Like I said earlier to our friend Ashy, who was in, we got some new features in the chat. So for example, if I were to go over and do upstream, I think that's what it is. It should note what my uptime is on the chat, or at least it should notify you in one way or another. I think that's the command. You've also got these really cool reminders that I put on here. So now's a great time to go over it. So it shows, don't forget to follow our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook pages for additional Power Couple content and updates regarding our live stream. At Power Couple Gaming, if you go down below, underneath the stream, you'll find the buttons that will bring you right there. If you have social media, guys, go ahead and give us a follow. We'll be able to give you some extra content and updates on there. And also, it looks like another message came up saying, looking for more Power Couple videos? Check out our videos on demand here on Twitch, or head over to our YouTube channel for past live streams. So definitely excited to get those in the chat as well, so I can focus on this with you guys. So apparently we were outnumbered by the Garleans. They are interrogating our friend, or worse. They might be doing worse to him. Hopefully we can rescue her without delay. Time is of the essence. We need to make our way to get our friend here. We are going to find Resh Polali in the Castrum Sentry. Let's jump on our Magitech armor and save the day. I like how we're strolling through the Castrum in our Magitech armor without any issue whatsoever. No one stopping us, no one cares. Alright, let's see how our friends are doing. Black, welcome to, I guess, apparently doing this quest with me. It's nice to run into someone who is also on the main quest where I am. To be honest, guys, it does not happen a lot, so I really do appreciate when I bump into somebody and they happen to be around the same area. Alright, Resh Polali, are you alive? Alright, Captain Nugget says, side note for Breath of the Wild, if you get the Switch version, you will get a mission that is in collaboration with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That's really cool, that's interesting. So they must have did a collab to where you can do that. That's cool. And he says, "Is that a Skell?" I'm assuming Skells are in Xenoblade Chronicles or Xenoblade in general. But these are the Magitech armors that are part of the Final Fantasy universe. And actually, more, you're thinking of, my apologies, you're probably looking at the Vanguards. The Vanguards are kind of like a play on the Magitech armors, but they're more of a weaponized version of that. We saved our friend, thankfully. So super excited. In 5 minutes, guys, we're going to be making a big announcement as to, again, what my streaming schedule is going to be moving forward. And we're going to be making a big announcement to, in addition to our repertoire, our available items that we can stream for you. Very excited about that. I know you guys know that I picked up an Elgato HD 6D capture card, and that capture card is going to come in handy for that announcement. We're going to be compounding on top of that, and it will allow us to really, again guys, really give you more content, more games to stream, and really just broaden our horizon to what we can do with you. All the more fun, right? The more the merrier. Alright, that takes care of one of the 3 groups of Imperial troops that we need to take out. 2 more to go. And I think that'll be just enough time for us to dispatch those groups and then get to our announcement. Let's make it fun. Let's get a whole bunch of baddies here. If you're not almost gonna die, are you really trying? As a tank, that's what you're supposed to do anyway, right? If you're not tanking the entire dungeon, are you really a tank? Or are you just a participant? Plus, we need the EXP, guys. It wouldn't hurt. It basically becomes Dance Dance Revolution after a while when you get so many baddies on the screen. You're sliding to the left, you're sliding to the right. Crisscross, everybody clap your hands. Alright, almost. 2 down, 1 to go. So another recommendation for a game from Captain Nugget. Subnautica. Apparently Subnautica came out on Xbox One, and you can get it on Steam. And he recommends the Steam version because of control. Apparently there's better control on the Steam version. So I'll definitely have to go take a look and see what's going on with Subnautica. troops are down. Oh no, apparently not. That had multiple waves coming at me. No. Let's take out the signifiers first. We do not want them healing. Alright, one down. One more to go. Alright, come on. It's your turn to go into the light. Is that it? Or do we have... Okay, we're good. Now we're gonna go speak with Alian over at the Tangle. Would help if I was going in the right direction, right? Of course he would. Come on, Lentic Mud Puppy. Alright, now we can actually speak to Alian. Our friend is safe. We can report a mission successful to Commander Leveler. I shall go on ahead to the Rising Stones. We'll meet you there. Let's go report to Alphanod. Again, throw... All of the problems can be solved with Gil. Throw Gil at it. We're gonna do that. I think once we turn this in, it will be announcement time. Alright, that's good. The Domans are taking care of our friend. We're happy. We got a good ending on this, but again, Ilbert, I can't help but feel there's something about you, man. Alright, we're off to Coerthas with Alphanod. We've got an audience with the Ishgardian dignitary. So I feel like we're getting closer and closer to getting to Ishgard, which I am pumped about. Get Dark Knight, get the... I forget, I believe it's the Astrologian, the Mechanist. All of those I think come from Ishgard, so I'm excited about that to eventually make my way there. Get the Daystar gloves. Alright, so before we start our next quest, I'm just going to very quickly make sure that I want to take the time to, again, thank everybody for being here tonight. I am super excited. As you guys know, like I said, I bought the Elgato HD60 game capture card. I think maybe about almost like 2 weeks ago now, because we took the little bit of the week hiatus. But it's time that we get that to use, and I am super pumped to announce that I bought something for me. And I know you guys, if you had tuned into some older streams that we have, you'll know the inside joke. We're going to be eating ramen for the month because I went out and I purchased a Nintendo Switch. So I am super happy to announce that I have now a Nintendo Switch in my, or at least the controller in my hands. The base is sitting over to the left, just outside of camera. But I am super excited to announce that I went out and purchased a Nintendo Switch. That means that I'll be able to play with you, Captain Nugget. Yay, I know you're saying yay in the chat. Super happy about that. I'll be able to play with you now online. You can join me over here on the stream. I ended up getting a couple of games along with it. I ended up picking up Super Mario Odyssey. I'm very excited to play this game. Definitely want to pick up on Odyssey. I've read really good reviews about it. Very happy to play some Super Mario Odyssey. That might be more of a personal playlist than a regular stream option that I'll have with you guys. But again, super happy to have that. I also picked up Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So if you've got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I think you had mentioned it before that you do, Captain Nugget, we can race on the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That would be a lot of fun. And then I also picked up 2 games digitally. One of which is Fire Emblem Three Houses. I am very pumped about getting to play Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I also got Super Mario Maker 2. So, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Super Mario Maker 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Super Mario Odyssey. Those are the 4 games that I got with the Nintendo Switch. I am pumped and I am ready to add that to the group and our streaming schedule. And speaking of streaming schedule, I am very pleased to announce the following is going to be my schedule moving forward with you guys. On Mondays, Mondays is going to be Final Fantasy XIV. So, Final Fantasy XIV, the game I'm playing right now with you guys, that's going to be the solid scheduled designated day for Final Fantasy XIV is Monday. So, come on in, catch me outside. How about that? No, catch me on Mondays from 6 p.m. to at least 8 p.m. I'll be continuing the Roger Moore story, continuing the main quest. Super happy about continuing that. On Wednesday, Wednesday is going to be Mario Maker Day. So we are going to have Super Mario Maker 2 on tap for you guys. Really excited about that. Reason I'm really excited about that is that I'm going to focus on doing the story mode as we get the stream up and going and we start getting some regulars to come and join us. But at any point in time, I would love for you guys to send over some of your levels. Do you want to watch me fail horribly while I take on your level? Go ahead and send it over to me. Let me know. Send that info to us. Happy to fail for your entertainment. But seriously, it's going to be a lot of fun to play the story mode. I hear that that's a game within itself, the story mode for Super Mario Maker 2. And then I'm going to be very happy. I like games to where you can build and kind of add upon something. So Roller Coaster Tycoon used to be one of my favorites growing up. So to be able to make your own Mario levels, I am very happy about that. Very happy about that. And Fridays, final day is going to be for me. I know Sunday we try and make a Stephanie only day for you guys. So Friday is going to be Fire Emblem Three Houses. So this is going to start next week. Okay, again, Monday is going to be Final Fantasy XIV, continuing the Roger Moore main quest that I'm doing with you guys today. Wednesday is going to be Super Mario Maker 2. And then Friday is going to be Fire Emblem Three Houses. Super pumped about Fire Emblem. I know I mentioned it before that's one of my favorite series, and I'm very happy to have Three Houses. Really, that's going to be something that you're going to see a whole bunch of joy in my face because I'm super pumped to play it. I can't wait to take part in it, and I know that it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's the major announcement, guys. Super pumped and happy to be adding that to our schedule for you. At this moment in time, I know that Stephanie's going to continue her Sims 4 journey. She's going to continue the Black Widow challenge, and I know that that's going to be a lot of fun for everyone. So we've got a whole gambit of games for you guys to enjoy. We're going to try and do it in 2-hour blocks every time that we're on. 2 hours for me, 2 hours for Stephanie, and you can keep that power couple action going. So with that said, let's jump right back into Final Fantasy XIV. Again, so glad that you guys could be here for that announcement. I am very happy that we can add that to the list. Captain Nugget, you have your Switch too. Like I said, we can definitely play some games. I know I don't have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate yet, but you know what? I'll probably go to Best Buy. I'll probably pick up Super Smash Bros. Ultimate just because I love to play Smash. So I definitely want to add that to the gaming collection for Switch. And I think what I'll end up doing too is I'll put up a poll for everybody. I would love to get feedback as to what Pokemon game to pick up in November, whether if I should get Sword, whether if I should get Shield. I'd like to open that up to everybody because I am thinking about putting a pre-order on Pokemon Sword and Shield. I think that you guys would get a kick out of watching me play that game. So we're coming to terms, and influential Ishgardian wishes to meet the Warrior of Light, and Alphinaud would like nothing more than to oblige him. We've got Allergan Silver Pieces, we've got Gloam Braze, we've got Astrum Hose, and we've got Knocked Breaches. We're gonna go for the Knocked Breaches, bump up our friend here, get him with some better equipment. So Sir Americ, hopefully they have a cutscene where they let us know how to pronounce that. So Sir Ermic, Commander of the Temple Knights. We're going to go and introduce ourselves to him. And the more I see us making our way over to Korath's, the more pumped I get, because that means the closer we're going to be to Ishgard. So let's make our way over to go see him. Alright. Coming to terms, we're going to speak with Minfilia before we make our way... Nope, wrong. Is that the right way? Wrong way? Right way? Right way. Okay, we're good. So Captain Nugget is suggesting that I get Super Smash Bros. Ultimate over at GameStop. If you would, enlighten me. Why should I go to GameStop over Walmart, which I think has the cheapest game, or excuse me, the cheapest cost for the game at the moment? And I know that companies like Walmart and Best Buy will match as well. So let me know why I should be heading over to GameStop instead of somewhere else. You always go to GameStop. Maybe that's reason enough. We'll see. We'll see whether or not if that's reason enough for me to head over. I know Best Buy, I think at the moment, has some kind of $10 discount if I go to pre-order Sword or Shield. So I think they're top on the list, and I can probably pick up Smash Ultimate while I'm there. Alright, the notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the center of the Abalthea Spire, or Spine, would help if I could read, Go figure, I'm saying the words that are horribly difficult to pronounce correctly, but spine I can't say. Ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Eorzean alliance formed in the wake of Alamigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Again, super pumped. I want to get to Ishgard so we can unlock the 3 classes that we can get through there, and then really it's just a push to 60 at that point, I think. So the Ishgard's ever the reluctant group. The Ishgardians do not want to join our alliance just yet. I have a feeling that we'll be able to turn their opinions around and get them to join. Alright, so we are going to speak with Harshaphon over at Camp Dragonhead. We're going to meet this person from the Ishgardian Orthodox Church and hopefully be one step closer to stepping foot into Ishgard. So I don't know if you guys caught it a little bit earlier in the stream, one of the side, or at least one of the cutscenes that we had here showed the Ishgardian Orthodox Church with their leader at the helm. Let's call him Pope Fancy Hat. So Pope Fancy Hat, we don't know his name yet, but he was at the helm of the church, and you could see the Ascians, the evil people in this storyline, at his shoulders. So it clearly goes to show that whoever's at the head of the church right now is not someone that we are friends with, or at least we will not be friends with. All right, let's go ahead and go meet this person. We've got some people who are right there with us in the storyline. Again, really like to see that. So the reason why I like to see that is it's pretty straight. I always give you the spiel, right? And the spiel is that the server I'm on, Zalera, has a low population.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
And when you get a low population on a server, it can be very difficult to join up with dungeons, instances, primals, etc. So I always try and give a recommendation for you to go ahead and join up. Use the transfer services going to the MOG station. So if you are a player of Final Fantasy XIV and you are looking for a new adventure, you're looking for a new server, head over to the MOG station, take part in the transfer services that they have, and go and join one of what we call the preferred servers. The preferred server is one that has a boost in experience. It's great if you're starting a new character. It's great if you still have some ways to go, especially with Shadowbringers coming out and that level cap being bumped up to 80. Now there's room for you, and that extra experience can go a long way. And you get to participate in a server that's not doing so hot in terms of its population, which means that you're helping its economy, you're helping the players, and most importantly, you're able to help to allow individuals not wait a long time in between the really important dungeons that they need to complete. So really, again, take into consideration. I'd love to have you over on Zalera where I am, but again, when I see people who are on the same main story quest that I'm on, it just gets me excited to know that I'm not going to be alone, hopefully, when I get to the next dungeon and I have to go into one of those queues. So Stephanie just came in, and she's got some din-din. And it looks like we've got
Commander
some
Leveilleur,
Chick-fil-A.
it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Oh, we got food and everything. She's tempting me now. She's putting all this food.
Leveilleur, at your service.
She's putting this food in front of me, and I'm not going to be rude and eat while I'm streaming with you guys. So I'm just going to stare at the food like Doggo, like Cooper would. He would just kind of be like, "Please, give me some food." Yeah, we could do like an 8 o'clock switch if you want to do that.
Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
Captain Nugget says that we're making his mouth water.
I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Close the door.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Forton has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not. For I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sorma.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
What? By the Fury! All our precautions were for naught?
Alright, we completed coming to terms. Again, you guys know when we do have a cutscene that does have voices in it, I make sure that I stay quiet so you guys can enjoy and hear what they're saying. We are going to pick the notched breaches to continue improving the equipment for our paladin. So let's equip those while we can. Small gains, but they go a long way over time. Let's get the next quest from Alphanod, and we'll probably get the Daystar Breaches to continue building the healer that will eventually be kind of like a secondary class that we work on for dungeons and primals and our participation. Like I said, I feel more comfortable with tanks, and then after that I feel more comfortable with healers, and then after that would probably be your DPSs. I know that DPS is kind of, again, you kind of have a role where you're just being the damage dealer, but I'd prefer that I'm doing a little bit more than just that. I think it's important that you know, tanks have to not only hold the enemy, but they have to dodge certain attacks. They need to make sure that they're managing enmity, that they are really doing everything that makes them a tank. No offense to my DPS friends, but you just get to sit there and hit your rotations appropriately. So I like to make sure that I'm doing something a little more, I guess you could say, engaging. And a tank or healer is that. So we got Captain Nugget saying, have you ever seen a cat? I have no idea what a cat is. You'll have to definitely let us know what that is. It's 20 meters tall, made of metallic fur, and shoots laser bullets from the sides of its head and under its chin. Where in the world is that from? What game or cartoon or anime or any show that comes from? So we're going to have to deal with Iceheart again, or at least actually for the first time, because when we met Iceheart before, she was just kind of this figure up on a ledge. So now I think this is going to progress that arc, and hopefully we have that battle with her, and we can start making our way towards Ishgard. Alright, so we're going to go to the scene of the crime of the ambush and see if there's anything that we can do. So we've got CSI Coerthas making its way out to solve the crime. Where are we going? We're going down over yonder. I think that's where we were last time that we bumped into her, so... Alright guys, so as I sit here and make our way to the next destination, stomach is yelling at me to eat a little food. So I think what I'll end up doing is maybe sometime close to 8 o'clock, I am going to step away for a few minutes. We'll see whether or not if we'll pass the baton over to Steph, and if we don't, it'll be a very short break while I plow down some Chick-fil-A so I don't die of starvation while I'm on with you. And thank you, Stephanie, for picking up the food. Greatly appreciated. So Captain Nugget telling us that the Cat isn't from any particular game. Apparently it's something that he made up. There is an AT-AT costume for dogs. I saw a video where a guy was reviewing Star Wars products and said it would be funny if the AT-AT dog costume was on a cat. So we'll have to see if we can get the AT-AT costume for Cooper. So we are going to speak with the surviving squire over at the observatorium. That's back over near Dragonhead. Let's roll on the Magitech armor and get our way back. Captain Nugget thinks that would be epic if we were to get Cooper with the AT-AT. Is this where we're supposed to go? Here we are. Alright. Alright, so Iceheart apparently is connected to Shiva, and that means that we're going to be getting a Shiva primal battle coming in the near future. That's going to be exciting to throw on. We're now going to report back to Alphanon, most likely back over at Camp Dragonhead. So let's go back over there, report to him, hopefully get the Shiva primal battle in before I take that break at 8 o'clock. And we can keep making that push towards Ishgard. So something that I thought was like really interesting and funny that popped up on the news radar recently was that I forget whether or not if it was a report or where the report came from, but if I do find it, I'll make sure I send out a link or something. But there was a study that was done, and we found that over 150 million accounts on Instagram apparently are fake. So over 150 million Instagram accounts are actually fake. And the reason why this is becoming a really, really big issue at the moment is that apparently there's a really big push for adult industry advertising on Instagram. So you're getting a whole bunch of bots that are out there posting inappropriate comments. I think the funniest one that I saw was, but I got a big butt dough. and it was just funny to kind of watch, but it is also alarming that that many users on Instagram are fake, and they're purely there for the purpose of garnishing as many likes and followers as humanly possible. And it kind of makes you wonder, what exactly was the purpose for, doing that? Is it that do you think that they're purely just there for advertisement and marketing for the adult website? Do you think that it's there for the purpose of increasing sales on their websites, or more importantly, do you just think that maybe they're there to get as many followers as humanly possible, and then maybe perhaps they sell off the accounts to companies that will then purchase it for all of the viewership that are now following that particular account? So as we're doing that, the apparently the audio on the game decided to just stop working, so the music in the background is no longer with us, but there's still sound effects. Gotcha. So Stephanie's mentioning that you can buy followers on Instagram too. Not that she ever has, but she's saying that that is something that that is a thing. And that, let's see here, we got Captain Nugget say, "Long live the corgis, long live King Cooper of the corgis." So we know Cooper's on the Instagrams, and he's not a fake account. So you're more than welcome to follow Cooper on Instagram at Coops McCorgy if you're looking for some really cute puppy pictures. If I could ask a big favor, Stephanie, could you plug my phone in, please? There should be a cord that's there. Thank you. Alright, so apparently our soon-to-be enemies might not be as bad as we think they are. It appears that they mined some form of a crystal cavern that may have somehow belonged to Shiva, and if these individuals follow Shiva, technically we just broke into their church, busted it all up, and took some of their possessions. So we're gonna definitely have to step in and get a hold of the situation, but it might not be as clear cut in terms of who's wrong and right here. Definitely gonna have a Shiva primal battle though. That's definitely gonna happen. Alright, Daystar Breaches for the healer. Alright, Knocked Greaves are coming in for the next quest, which is Strength in Unity, and woe betide the heretic who crosses Alphanod, for they shall feel the full force of his fury. That's the description with it. I have someone trying to give me a message. What's that? Oh, nice. Stephanie's saying that she can hear my belly growling from hunger across the room. You sure that wasn't Cooper? Cooper's a hungry boy. He could use some chicken. Alright, so we need to go find these heretics before they summon Shiva. Something tells me that we're gonna be just late, and we're gonna have that Shiva primal battle. Let's see where we're going. Alright, over yonder, next to White Brim. Oi, hey Grez, welcome. So glad to have you back in the chat. Thank you very much for tuning in. Pleasure to see you again, my friend. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Alright, let's go over to Drillmont, turn this in, make our way towards this Ice Queen, hopefully defeat Shiva. We are making progress, guys. I know it's been a couple of boring streams with a whole bunch of talking, but I feel like we're almost at Ishgard, and I am very pumped about that to unlock the Mechanist, the Astrologian, the Dark Knight. Super happy about getting a hold of those classes, and then, like I said, then it's a push to 60 and a push to the Gunbreaker class, which, again, I'm hoping to make my main, because I am pumped about being a Gunblade wielder. Although, to be quite frank, if we're talking about later on in the game and we're talking about endgame and extreme level primals, I hear that Paladin is pretty overpowered, so I may end up maining that for the major extreme battles. So I hear that that's kind of the way to go. Maybe I'll do that, but again, I'm just fascinated with the Gunbreaker. I can't wait to take that on. Alright, so, Grez, I know you're tuning in with us, and what's going on here is that we have made our way over to Coerthas. We are back up speaking to the head of Fort Temps here, and are we going to get voices? No? Okay, so I can keep speaking. So what ends up happening is we're here, and there's a caravan, and it got attacked by the heretics from this Ice Queen character. He's one of the heretics on the screen right now, and apparently these individuals worship Shiva, and apparently that caravan was carrying a bunch of crystals from a cave of which Shiva was present, or is present within. So they were not happy with us stealing their stuff, and here is the Ice Queen on the right hand side here. Not Elsa, not to be confused with that. She's got her own thing going on. Ice Heart. I keep calling her Ice Queen. Whatever. It's basically the same thing. Alright, so we've got our knocked feet. So would help if I actually equipped it rather than doing that. Our knocked greaves, put those on. And let's take our next quest from Drillmont. Dark words, dark deeds. Only the naive place all of their hope in the success of a single solution, and Lord Drillmon is anything but. So I think we're going to be looking at the Daystar Solarettes. Like I said, we've been really going on getting a good equipment lineup for a potential healer that I would like to also throw in the rotation here. I'm sorry, Captain Nugget, I didn't notice that you had something else in the chat there. Captain Nugget says, another recommendation of a game to play is Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U. You can customize your character and give it whatever name you want. Cool. So I think I might have Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii U. I think I might have that. So maybe that's one game that I can break out for you one time or another. Captain Nugget says he has the game but is yet to complete it, so... Our suspected heretic leaves through the southwestern gate. Let's go and follow. Alright, we're going further down east on the road. Now he's heading south. In the office. Alright, here. I mean, this seems like a pretty ominous spot. Good place to get ambushed. Alright, now we can report back to Drillmont. Let's double back. Alright, the Daystar breaches are now ours. We're going to see First Blood. The Allied forces at Snowcloak are in danger, and Lord Drillmont would have you assist him in ensuring their safety. Alright, so the heretics, have a network of secret tunnels to traverse the Highlands undetected, but we are going to prevent them from taking out a group that belongs to our, or at least the Ishgardian army. Boulder Downs it is. I feel like there was a missed opportunity that they could have had Chocobo racing at Boulder Downs, because that definitely sounds like a horse racing venue if I've ever heard of one. So, alright, we are going to make our way to that itty bitty little circle. Boulder Downs. I would do that. I would almost jump to my death and then have 1 health and then go in front of a monster that could have killed me. That sounds like something that I would do. Captain Nugget says, be right back. Alright, we'll be here waiting for you. Or maybe not. I might go on a quick little break to eat some food after I'm done completing the First Blood mission that I'm on at the moment. But I will be back. It'll be a very, very quick break for me. I'm going to scoff down the food and make my way back. I figure it's a lot more respectful than watching or having you guys watch me eat. unfortunately, everybody dead. So let's look at what the heretic left behind. We now have that, and we will go back to Drillmont. Am I able to clear that? The answer is no. So go around. Welcome back, Captain Nugget. Like I said, guys, we're going to turn this in, and then I'm going to take like a quick 5-minute break so I can scoff down some food, and then we're going to make the decision whether or not if I'm going to jump back on for more Final Fantasy 14 action, or if we'll pass it off to Stephanie for some Sims 4. Hand over that parchment to him. Let's see what's in it. I'm going to assume it's nothing good. Alright guys, so I think with that out of the way, we are going to take that quick 5-minute break very quickly so I can scoff down some food. One way or another, either we will end the stream and bump it back up with Sims 4, or I will jump right back on after I am done grabbing a bite to eat. So thank you very much for tuning in up until this point. We'll see you guys in about 5 minutes.